Hey guys, I don't know if you remember, but the last story I wrote for those who follow my material was called Shattered Family Portrait, which was a little more personal to me than my other stories. It was probably one of the most powerful pieces, the most difficult to write as well. There were still so many more pages for me to write, so here it goes. The story continues. Season 2, Episode 13. There was a snowstorm. The first thing I emphasize when this episode begins is it's several days before everything that is happening now. So, if you were paying close attention to the story, this would go hand in hand with episode 11, where it ends. That Anthony is sitting on the bus. So, we are seeing that point of view here. I even started off the very same way, so you could remember, even though this episode was focused on Anthony, it still shows in several ways the people that he misses. I think in the beginning of this, Anthony thinks that he's running away from his mother and all the family drama. And then when coming across the nice little old lady on the bus, he starts to see so many other point of views. Even though I mentioned it that this is the first time he's really been alone, you could have probably saw that when he got off the bus and the map blew out of his hand. Three scenes in this episode really speak to me, and I'm really liking the path of discovery this is taking Anthony on. So the first one was when Anthony was at the souvenir shop. He wanted to purchase a sweater because he had no idea how cold it was going to be outside. And then he sees his published book near the magazines. He has a flashback of him and Luke talking when they were at the mall, and he actually confessed that he never read his own book because of the state of mind he was in back then. The conversation he has with the cashier was also very important. Anthony was never really sure how powerful his story really was, and by him hearing how this book touched a random stranger, it gave him praise for it. It was overwhelming, especially when he's never really had that much support by other people that really mattered in his life. The second scene was when he got back on the bus, which he also missed, almost missed, and the little old lady saved a seat for him and tells him why he's running away from home. I mean, that scene literally gave me shivers because Anthony has to actually sit down and think to answer. And that's when he realizes it's not his mother he's running away from, but himself. Well, his demons and his past. The last final scene when he's lost, stranded, and he dreaded breaking his phone, and he's walking in 20-degree weather or even lower in a snowstorm, wondering what he's going to do. That's intense. Stay tuned to see what happens next.